Welcome back to Hello Nigeria. We have with us our second guest in the studio, a young man who's doing amazing for himself. Currently, he's studying to be a lawyer, but he's an entrepreneur, a media entrepreneur, and someone who's really stepped out of line to show people that you can be whatever you want to be. So long as you have the talent, it's enough for you to have the talent, put in the hard work, and then you achieve. His name is Jermaine, and he's the founder of a media company. Thank you very much for joining us, Jermaine Okwe.
Thank you, Jermaine. It's great to have you on set. Now, being 19 and entrepreneurial in Nigeria mustn't be easy. Tell us about your journey. Why did you decide to break into the media industry?
All right. So basically, I started my company 2016, March 25th. And, you know, it wasn't something easy for me. It's just that I've really loved entertainment. Growing up, I've always been on stage. I would always sing, you know. They used to call me the show boy from primary school. You know, I was the assembly prefect in my primary school, went on to secondary school, social prefect 3 times in a row. So I've always been the entertainment boy, the one that always planned stuff, you know. Okay, we're having a show. Why not call Jermaine to plan it? So it's just something that's always been part of me. You know, I've just really loved entertainment, really loved, like, connecting, you know, talking to people. I just like gatherings.
So why did you choose to study law?
That's the question people always ask. I just believe, I was looking for, like, a professional course. You know, in the Nigeria that we are now, you really see, we say, okay, I studied international relations. Okay, what's that? People ask you, okay, what can you do with that?
I get that question all the time. And I'm like, don't test me.
But when you say you're a lawyer, you know, there's this sense of respect. But then, I wouldn't lie, media is really where my passion is, really, because that's, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, something I grew up with. You know, so starting wasn't easy, like you said. Like, how do you balance, you know, media, law? No, it wasn't easy. But it's something, like I said, I grew up with. It's something I always liked doing, so yeah.
The good news is you'll end up like Olive and have both backgrounds. And you can never defeat 2 backgrounds. Never lay all your eggs into one basket. But Jermaine, I'm very impressed. You've worked on some huge concerts. The Davido 30 Billion, the One Night Stand at Ikunle Gold, Olamide Live in concert, a BA's comedy show, and the Files Experience concert as well. How did you get into all of that?
That's the thing people ask me. They will say, okay, you're going into media. Do you have a godfather in the industry? What's a godfather in the industry? So, can someone answer that? Someone say to me, have you paid your dues? What do you mean by have you paid your dues?
So I think a lot of the paying of dues that you talk about would be the thing that you have to do a couple of jobs for some people, and some of them would be exactly for free. I wanted to make it a little more fancy by saying, you know, without remuneration. At the end of the day, you do a lot of free jobs. Did you have to have that experience? So
that's what I want to say. Going into this, like I said, it's something I already loved doing. So I didn't really need any connection. I already knew what I wanted. Okay, I'm starting a media house. What's the first thing I need to do? Start to create content. What's my brand about? I have to discover myself. Okay, Jermaine is my name. The name of my brand is Jermaine Media. What are we going to be doing? We're going to be covering shows. We're going to be doing online publicity because I can promote for you. Give me this book and I'll help you promote it to a wider, you know, audience, basically. So that's what I had to do for discover myself. After I discovered myself, then I started to, you know, reach out to people. You really don't need anybody to get you anything. This is Nigeria. Just get a phone. The internet, that's what I was about to say. The internet has really helped the new school media. Gone at the old days where you have to go through a lot. Right now, I will send you an email with, like, you know, details about what I do, and then I'll get a response. And then somebody will ask, okay, how do you get paid then? I will still, after I've sent you the email, like if I want to be at your show, I would then, after we've started the, like, you know, the conversation, I would then say, okay, this is how much I charge. But sometimes they do book. It's like that. But like you said, Nigerian celebrities will really not just call you up unless you're like, you know, the biggest right now, like MTV Base and the rest. But then it hasn't been easy, but yeah, I'm enjoying the ride.
Okay, so now let's talk about your career. You're merging law and entertainment. First of all, let's talk about your parents. How's your reception to what you're doing, merging law and entertainment? Your parents, you know, your colleagues. I remember when I was in school, my final year, I left to go compete for a reality show. And I heard rumors of people saying, oh, that girl, quote unquote, they said village people are disturbing her. That's why they don't want her to graduate. So there were people that actually criticized me because I was involved in entertainment. Do you get such criticism in school from your colleagues and from your parents?
From school, I think that's how it is. All lectures is on serious. That one is going to go and dance. It's going to go and cover events. But then what I realized from life is like what you enjoy doing is where you make your bread from. What you understand is where you make your bread from. What you like, I don't know how to put this anymore to people. It's not been easy for me because starting, I wasn't even getting paid like that. So they're like, you're just wasting your time, you know.
No,
do your law. That's when I started because now it is paying. pain, it is pain now. But when I started, like you said, like how did you get approval from your parents? How have you been balancing it? Everything was really not.
You haven't mentioned how you got your parents. You know how your parents react to this.
Okay. I think one day I went into my mom's room and I told her, Mom, this is what I want to do. I want to start. And she's like, yeah, I give you my support. But my dad is an Igbo man. So he said, no, please, go and read your book. I think everybody will get that. That's what your dad will say to you if you're doing law and then you're trying to go into media. And your dad will be like, go and read your book. You don't read. You don't read at all. And not that kind of vibe. So basically, I just...
And then it takes you then having to prove your parents wrong, prove everyone wrong, and you founded Jermaine Media.
And then the thing is, I never asked my dad for money to start anything. Like I said, I used to organize shows. I did one of my parties then, like 2015 December, rated X. So the money I made for that, I put it into my business. Like, because like you said, if you're going for a show, like you want to cover like let's say a big show and you don't have, you're not getting paid. You're the one that's going to transport yourself there, take your team there. There's a lot of expenses I was going to have to put down before the money came. So I thought about that first, so I had to prove myself to my parents that, yeah, I can do this. So when the money started to come back, like that's the income. When people book for shows eventually and, they were like, oh,
interesting.
He can do this. So now they don't stress anymore because I'm always out. They know about the interview now. I'm sure my mom is watching because she called me to say, why are you not on yet? And all that. So she did call to watch this. And Mom, if you're saying this, I love you so much.
Moms are priceless jewels. Thank you, Mommy, for really encouraging me.
She really did encourage me. She calls herself my manager.
I actually, I think I have a similar story with my mom as well, because my mom was like my biggest supporter. Even when everybody kept telling me I was fooling myself, my mom was like, don't worry, I have your back. Go and finish with your law. If you decide you don't want to practice your law, you want to go into media, you have my full support. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today. So thank you, Mommy. We appreciate you on behalf of Jermaine.
And the biggest questions I've been asked are, okay, how did you start? That's the question. How do you, because that's everyone's problem. That's why I said, people trying to go into media, I get DMs every day. Oh, Jermaine, how are you doing this? Like you said, how is the connection?
But this is what I was going to say to you, Jermaine, because as we're looking at it, you're very young, and starting an SME in Nigeria is not the easiest thing to do. How conducive is the environment is often the first question. What are those challenges that you are facing being young and entrepreneurial in Nigeria today?
First thing I'll say is finance. Nobody's willing to put their money into, they call it a gamble game. Because what's the odds that you're going to like come out on top? Because like everybody is doing basic media now. Like you said, everybody has a phone, everybody's doing YouTube. Everybody is a content creator now. So how do you stand out? So many people are doing media, some people are covering shows. But then what makes you different? So like my first problem has been, that's the finance. How do I get the money to run this? That's at the point I wanted to even give up. Because I wasn't gaining, I was running into a loss. But like I said, if it's something you love doing, if it's something that is, part of you, something you have passion for, to always succeed, basically. So money did come back eventually. The money I put into it, it came back, in 100-fold. So just try, anybody seeing this that wants to go into media, just try to put in your best. Know what you want. Okay, if I'm going into media, what will I be doing? Not because everybody's a YouTuber, you want to be a YouTuber. You might not succeed there. Like now, you are an online air personality, or let's say a TV personality. I can't do that because I like working behind the scenes. So the thing everybody needs to know is, where do I belong?
Find your niche.
That's it.
So you don't have to do what
everybody is doing.
Let's talk about some of the skills I need to learn. We understand that when it comes to pursuing a career, talent and passion is never enough. I remember stumbling on a quote that said, talent is genius, but somebody who has hard work will beat someone who has talent. So you have this talent, you have this passion. Well, I'm sure there's skills you had to learn. Because you offer photography, you can offer videography, and that's not what you're studying in school. So tell us about the process of learning these skills and how much time it took from you and effort as well.
Okay. As of now, I do 80% of everything in my company. I write I have an online blog, so I do the blogging. I take the pictures sometimes. I edit myself, I do the videos. So I just have an editor and I have a photographer for when I can't do it. But the first thing I had to do is, okay, I'm going into this. This is your cross. It's nobody's cross. People act like people owe you something. So you're going into media, okay, my friend is a photographer, he'll help me all of a sudden,
Number one lesson in life, nobody owes everybody anything.
They will fail you. So what I had to do is, okay, I got myself a camera and I said, what am I going to do next? This is my friend that's a photographer. Come and teach me. So the camera is very easy to work between me and you. And like I said, media is something I want to go into. So it's not like, oh, if you don't, I want this, so I had to learn it. So I got it. I started taking pictures gradually with my friends, you know, and then that's how I learned. Then videography, the same thing. Like I said, I have an editor. So the thing just boils down to you like learning what you think you need. So I learned everything. I didn't have to go out of the box. You know, just use your phone, use YouTube. Like, okay, you want to edit videos. How do I edit videos? Ask Google. And then you see like videos pop up like, how do I edit videos? You will learn how to edit videos.
The internet is definitely a very
it's helping
important tool.
really much, you know. So just basically just do your research more.
Interesting.
Help yourself. Stop depending on people, really. Just do your research more.
Where would you say you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see Jermain Media, you know, across nations. I don't just want it to be in Lagos here. I want it to be like a proper media house. So we have our TV station also. We have our radio station where we're putting out proper content. Because like I said, we don't only do indoor. We don't have like a TV station yet, but we do like, okay, we come to your show to cover for you. We do like more of the practical aspects of media that's going out. So I really want to have like an indoor where you can come into my studio like this and get interviewed. I really just want to help Nigerians because we have a lot of talent in this country and it's wasting. And then the biggest problem is that people don't even know how to get, like so many people want to be on this show also, but they don't even know how to be on it. That's the thing. So I want to be like a helping hand. I want to help my nation because I feel like I can.
All right. Basically. We look forward to all the amazing things that you have to do, Jermain. Yeah. And I definitely will be enthusiastic about the idea that you'd probably come to join us on the other side. We'll be having lawyers in media. I think we should actually have a forum like that, lawyers in media.
Yeah, and the thing is, from what I've learned so far, law, if you're studying law right now and then you want to go into media, it's not really a waste because law helps me right now with my documents, like my agreements. People bring in so many agreements, and if I wasn't a lawyer, I wouldn't understand. I would just sign and I would get duped or something. But right now, if you bring an agreement to me, I'll take my time. I'll tell you, please come back in the next 24 hours. Law gives you like that insight. You know, you're a boss. You check it out. You can choose. You don't even need a lawyer. You don't even need a lawyer anymore. You're a lawyer in the making. True. So it just helps you sign your agreements really, 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 really fast, and then you understand everything. It's like an easier life for you. You're your own bodyguard.
Nothing is going to waste. Jermain, how can people contact you on social media for more information? Your next clients might just be out there. So guys, follow me on Instagram, Jermain.og. We have our social media platforms also, Jermain_. Jermain Media Bowen Uni _. That's for the university page, because I'm in Bowen University and I created a platform. Don't you think that name is really long? Jermain Media Bowen Uni _. Okay, that's for the university, and then we have the general one. That's Jermain Media _. Okay. And then my personal one is Jermain.og. Okay. And then for Twitter, JJ_Okwe @JJ_Okwe, and then Snapchat JJ_Okwe. You have too many social media platforms. You know what you should do? This is from one media person to another media person. I think you should have one uniform account. So once everybody searches, everybody would just get the same. Yeah, I have my personal one, but then like I said, we have different content. Like what I do in Bowen is not what I do in Lagos. Yeah, understood. In my school, they have like their shows where they I think Dice was in my school some time ago. You know, when they come, like DJ Anyone was in my school, I can't. Lagos people wouldn't relate to what's happening here. Fair enough. So what I did is I created a barrier. So it's more like a platform for the university with you at the forefront of media in the university. That makes a lot of sense. Jermain, thank you so much for coming on the show with us. Thank you guys for having me. Great to speak to you this Monday. To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.